So good morning, everybody. We're here today talking about our Facebook ad campaign using our tools to get lead capture. So super excited about it. I'm sure we're gonna have people join as we go, but I'm going to start the screen share because we've got a lot to go over. So first things first, how many of you have been here and seen the new Facebook Business Suite? Dexter, have you been there? Have you seen that?
No.
See. Okay, so what you need to do is you're gonna go to business.facebook.com, and that will take you to the business suite. If you had been using Ads Manager before, it's supposed to integrate your information. Now I say that because it didn't integrate mine. So it's some pieces, just not everything. So I would highly recommend, even if you've been using this a long time, even if you had your Ads Manager set up, still go through the steps that we're gonna do here because you wanna make sure that this is all set up seamlessly for you. Everybody go with that? So once you go to facebookbusiness.com, you're going to go to settings right down here, or you're not. Okay, let's see. And we're going to do a quick, easy setup. Now, mine is already set up, but I'm just going to walk you through the steps as slow as I possibly can. Can you imagine? That's like extra slowly. Okay, so we're going to go to more business tools, and that's where we're going. And I have also, by the way, I took the time yesterday when I was going through the step-by-step. I have the step-by-step instructions on how to do this. So if anybody wants it, I'll be happy to add those instructions for you. All right, first things first. This is really
Cindy, Miss Carrie.
Yes.
Are you? Sorry.
I was like, Cindy.
Are you sharing your screen?
I am. Can you not see it?
I could not see your screen. I never could see your screen. I don't understand why.
When you're in your Zoom on the right-hand side, click on the view. What are you seeing? What does it say? You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna take a quick thing. You see this view thing?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I click on the view. And it's on gallery view.
Okay. And then I go ahead and let's go ahead and share the screen here again. And you should be able to see. Can you see it now?
No.
All right, Mode, can you assist her? Because yeah, any way that she's not able to see the screen, any ideas?
I'm not sure. I've never experienced trouble seeing the screen. What I see is in the top right corner, it says swap shared screen with video. So if I click that, then I only see you and I see your screen really, really tiny up top.
Oh.
But if I click that.
Is this she on the computer?
Barbara's in a new computer?
I am on the computer.
Is it new?
No, it's not new. And I've been on Zoom meetings. I'm seeing everyone, and I'm seeing all the screens, but I'm just not seeing yours.
That is so weird. So where did you say? Maybe under more. No. I don't know how to help you get to see it.
Barbara, in the top right corner of your Zoom, do you see, it looks like a little rectangle and then there's like another smaller rectangle inside of it?
No.
Because that's how I toggle between the views. I'm not sure.
Okay, it's a setting inside the Zoom, but we don't.
You could go ahead and continue. I'll just listen.
Okay. Sorry, Barbara. Okay, so here we are. One thing I want you guys to know, especially like Martin and Jennifer, like anybody who's on a team or anybody who wants to work with people, you could add people to your account and they can either be administrative, they can be employees, so you can limit their access, but you can give them the right to post for you right here under users, right? Partners, that's if you're working with another company that you're hiring to do posting and things for you. That's where you can enable that right there. Okay. Now accounts, this is what you're going to want to set up. So we go to add accounts. Everybody needs an add account. And this is what did not feed over properly for me. So I already had my add account number for years. And is yours there?
Yeah, mine's there. It just says access restricted.
Absolutely right.
Facebook ads.
So weird. So this is something you want to make sure that if you don't have an account here, you hit add account and then you add an account right here. And then you go ahead and put the account number. So when you're in your ads manager, you would get that number that is assigned to you for your ad and you just paste it right in here. That's as easy as it is. And you know how to get to Ads Manager, right? You just do Ads Manager. Let's, Alejandro, wow. There's no, I can't. Well, we'll go into that in a little bit. All right, so that's where you're going to add your account if you do not have one. Now, the next thing you're going to have to make sure that it's set up properly, and mine was not either, is your payment methods, which is really weird because I had it and it didn't come over. So that's what I'm saying. I want to make sure that everybody has your set up because you may have restricted because you don't have a payment on there. You might have also had, because whenever this integration happened between the business suite and the ads manager, I think that there was a little bit of a break for some people. So you might have been in the middle of running an ad and then it disconnected your payment method. And so now you might be deactivated due to an ad that you were running that you didn't finish paying for, which is stupid. But I saw that with actually someone else's that I was helping. So you want to make sure that you add it. If you haven't had a, an account here, you can add a new payment method right here. Everybody with me? We're good? Hello, Miss Stacy. So then after that, you want to go ahead and make sure that your business info is correct. I can tell you none of mine carried over. Very annoying. So you want to come down in here and make sure you might want to set up your two-factor authentication, especially if you have other users doing it. And then you've got to make sure that your info is correct. So you could just edit it right there, put anything you need in there, right? So this is just make sure that all of this stuff, you can edit your business manager idea here. This is also where you select your primary page. You want to make sure that your primary page is set up properly. Your real estate coach is my primary page, right? So you got to set all of those things up before you can actually get started, because if you don't, it's not going to work and you're going to get some weird errors is what's happening. Okay, so everybody with me? Good. So just as a quick review, you go into what?
None of mine's on
See, none of yours is on there either. So you go to business.facebook.com and you're going to go ahead and hit tool settings, more business tools, brings you over here. You can set up the users if you want to. If you want to add people, you don't have to. You want to set up your ad account, right? You don't really need to set up your pages yet. You want to set up your ad account. You want to set up your payment method, right? That's important. And then your business info. Those are the three things that are critical to be able to run your ad. Everybody good? Any questions with that? No, everybody's
I'll
like,
have to look later at all this. I don't
that's
have
why
an ad.
Mode's on. So she's gonna be like, what the heck
Thank you.
did Carrie do? I'm gonna have to help everybody. So this is what we're doing. Okay.
Is this different than, like, I have a Facebook business account already? That is mine. Is this different from this?
Thanks for asking, Stace. So what
Okay.
happened was Facebook added this business suite. If you guys remember, they added the creator suite a while ago, then they added this business suite. So my
Okay.
understanding is that the integration was supposed to flow directly from your ads manager right in here, but it didn't. Like Rafe just found out his is not in here. Mine was not in there either. So even though you have an ads campaign manager set up already, that doesn't mean that this business suite is set up properly. It was supposed to, but it did not migrate for many people. So you're just going to want to go over here and check all those things and make sure everything is set up. Because if not, you're going to get really frustrated when you go into Ads Manager, you start creating your ad and it doesn't work. You're going to be like, what? So my recommendation is do those steps first. Everybody good? Great question, Stace. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and make sure. We're going to now go up to this top little hamburger thing here. Click on that and see, we were in business settings is where we were. Here's the thing, Facebook pixel. Does everybody have a Facebook pixel? And is your Facebook pixel located inside your web page?
No.
So we're going to take 2 seconds to set that up for you too, because remember, the beautiful thing about a Facebook pixel is we can see where the users are going once they've already clicked on your campaign. And in our instance, we're going to be bringing them back to our website, right? So if we're going to be bringing people back to our website, we need to really have a good idea of who they're, what they're looking at, right? So to do that, that's what that Facebook pixel is for. So to set up a Facebook pixel, you're going to hit Events Manager. Seems a little weird, I know, but that's where it lives. So we go to Events Manager. We're going to do all this setup before we even start our campaign, because once all this is set up, You don't have to do it again. It's done for you. So that's the good news. But until you do, you're going to be pretty frustrated if you go back in and you're like, what is happening here? All right. So here we go. It's under the, when you hit the hamburger, you see you have ads manager, business setting, audiences, and then you have events manager there. See it on my screen? Up here? Okay, so once you're an events manager, this is where you could create one. And, oh, that's your custom item, sorry. Where's my event manager? Review events, and you could create your event right here. So if we want to go ahead, I have a pixel already created. Does anybody else have a pixel in here? All right, so what you want to make sure that you do is connect the data source. That's what we need to do. So we're going to go under, there we go, connect settings. We want to connect the data source.
All I have is like connect a data source.
Yeah, where's yours connected data source?
If
What do you
you click on the green plus sign on the
create?
far left side,
Oh, on the left, that's what I lost. Okay. Oh, here.
just below your picture, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and connect it to the web. Then you're gonna hit connect. Did mine go away? Connect data source, connect. And then you're gonna say Facebook pixel, continue. And then you're gonna name your pixel. So like Carrie's Facebook pixel, whatever. And then you need to have, so I'm gonna say home value pixel, okay? And then we're gonna put the website option that we want it to go to. So you go into your website, and I'm just gonna use the how much is my homework for the moment. I'm gonna go back to here and I'm gonna paste this sucker right in there. Right, you hit continue.
Does the pixel name display?
Yep, home value pixel. So my Carrie pixel, right, is from the front page. That goes to my search page. And now I have a new pixel, which is my home value pixel. So, you know, I've used my Carrie pixel to connect to my website. So whichever pixel you just created, does anybody have a question on how to do that? Do you need us to do that again? Anybody?
Carrie, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Hey Carrie, so you said that the pixel is basically, you can track, so example, you create the ad, and then at the bottom you can put like, you know, send message or find more information about it. That pixel, you said it tracks who is
where they're going on your website.
Going.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha.
So once you created that Facebook pixel within your events manager page, right? So wow,
Mine
that's
asks me how
scary.
I wanted to install my code.
So you're not going to install your pixel code. This is very, very simple. Yeah, get out of that. So there's some integrations. Hold on a second. We've got this really weird.
So you have to do
You must have
you have to
unmuted
do
yourself
first.
somehow.
I'm muted.
You are muted. But now we've got a fun echo. Hello. Sorry, that was fun.
I'm muted over here. And the volume's all the way down.
Okay, so then now it's, woo, we're good. All right, guys, sorry about that. That was a special like party moment. We were all at the club, right? It's still 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. The easiest way, guys, truly is to go take your pixel and then just copy that pixel. You know, you're going to want to just copy that pixel number, whichever pixel you want, whatever you've created. You go into your website. Once you're in your website, you click on this left where it says, hi, Carrie. Yours won't say Carrie. And you're going to say, manage website settings and layout. And that's where you paste your pixel ID for our website.
But you have to do that from my head.
Well, if you don't link through my hub, then yeah, you're not actually in as the user. So yeah, that's why I'm already prepared with a billion things open. You see that like that? Yeah, exactly. So to go through those steps once again, because you know me, I go a little fast. just. All right. You're to create your Facebook pixel, you're going to go over here, and instead of being an ads manager, you're going to go to the events manager. Once you're on the events manager page, you can click this little green arrow or plus sign arrow. Good God, I can't even speak. Below your name, and that will give you the opportunity to create a new pixel. Now we're going to reload it because I did that and I don't need to create any more pixels. But again, you would click on that. And the whole concept is we want a pixel that will data connect to a website, because that's what we're going to put it into, is our website. So again, when you connect your data source, you want it to be web. So you select that one. You say, oops, web, next, connect. I'm not going to do it again. You want the Facebook pixel, right? That's the one you want. You say connect. This is where you name your pixel. So in case you do have different pages you want to run it to, different websites you want to run it to. And then this is the website where you want it to go, right? So that's where you're going to be checking it from. Once you've done that, which I'm not going to do it because I already have 2 now, you're just going to copy that ID number, go into your website. You have to be in, thank you, your editable mode. Otherwise, you won't see hi, Carrie. You won't see your bell. You won't see it, right? Because that means I'm in there as my user. So when you click on your hi, Carrie, you're going to click on website settings and layout. And that's where you just paste that pixel code, Facebook pixel ID, and you save it. Now you are all set up. And if anybody's having trouble with that, don't worry. You can contact me or Mode, and we'll be happy to set that up for you. Very simple and easy, but you have to have that Facebook pixel in order for us to do that. Okay, everybody good so far? Yay, okay. So now we've set up our business suite, right? We have our account running. We have our business payment options on there. I highly recommend, by the way, I didn't go through it, but on the payment options, I would recommend putting a limit to how much you want to spend on there, because I have had agents who made a mistake when they were setting up their ad. They had everything ready, but they waited a couple seconds and then they rushed through the creation and they left it for lifetime. So the thing just kept running and running, and they got like a $500 bill from Facebook. Not probably what anybody wants to get. And if it's already ran, they're not going to, I mean, it's Facebook, guys. You can't even talk to anybody. So my suggestion to you is to set a limit. And then it won't go past that to charge your credit card. So whatever you think is a good limit, it'll refresh, right? But you won't ever get a charge that'll go beyond that limit. Everybody clear on that? That's setting up your billing. You can do that under billing. Okay, we're not going to go through that because it's going to take time. Everybody good? Now we've got all these great things, right? So what are we going to do from here? We're going to go ahead, click on right here, this 3 things right here, and we're going to go to Ads Manager. So Ads Manager is essentially the same site, but for some reason it just didn't link properly. I don't understand it. But so now Ads Managers, you have Business Suite, Ads Manager, and then the actual ad campaign. That's how they sort of link, right? And so this is where you can set your campaign up. And this is where, let's see if it's going to load a little bit. So if you'll notice, move this out of the way for a second. The 3 things you got to think about when you're creating a campaign, right, is the campaign itself, the ad set, and the ad itself. So we're going to hit Create Campaign, and then you're going to go into this page that I've already created. And I'm in the editable mode here, right? So you're going to give your ad a name. So you could call it, oops, I'm going to call this Training Lead Gen. Okay. So
I have a question, Carrie.
Sure.
So is this, just so I understand, so the ad that you currently have going, is that coming through the Facebook feed, or is that like a boost ad where it comes up on the side?
It's not. So the difference between the Facebook ad campaign and a boost, there's 2. The Facebook ad campaign gives us the opportunity to be really hyper specific on not only who do we want it to go to, but what are they going to get, right? So let's say you did a post, it's a video, it's a picture. You can then, to get extra traffic, click boost, and then that will just get put on, you know, people's pages, as you will, right, on their timelines. This is better than a boost because it's an actual, it'll go onto people's timelines, but you can specifically choose your audience who you're trying to find. You can tailor that message to that audience so that you have a better opportunity that they're going to click because they may be interested in the material that you're trying to tempt them with. Does that make sense?
So it does say sponsored on, because I've done lots of ads like this through my business page on sales or whatever. And I do pick where I, you know, if I want it to be get messages or my current market, but it does say sponsored on it, doesn't it? I'm just looking at the one you have on there. So
yes,
it's a paid,
it is an ad. It's a paid ad. It's the same thing. A boost is a paid ad. A Facebook ad campaign is a paid ad. The difference between both is the boost is as soon as you make a post, you can boost it, right? You don't have to do anything else. It'll boost it, but you're not giving people a lead capture form, right? You're not, you're not getting enough. To me, if I'm going to pay, I don't care about traffic. That's really what a boost campaign is about. It's about generating traffic, which is an awareness thing, right? And that could be what you're after. But for me, if I'm going to pay for an ad, I don't care about awareness. I want the capture of the lead. And that's why I recommend highly using the Facebook ad campaign over the boost. Make sense?
People, yes, it does. People have just been messaging me through it, like in my messenger off my business page,
which is great. That means that it was interesting enough that they wanted more information, right? So that was great.
But I didn't have a capture, and I didn't have that part on it, the capture with the
and you couldn't because it was boosted. And the whole point of a boosted ad. So let's go back over here for 1 second. Let's say create ad. So these are a couple things I want you to look at. The first thing that comes up when you say create ad is what is the purpose of your ad? So you've really got to think about why are you doing this? So it used to auto-populate to traffic. Traffic is exactly what you're talking about when you're talking about boosting your ad, right?
Yes.
App installs, if you want people to install. Engagement is if you're trying to push traffic over to your website. That's a lot of times what you'd use engagement for. But again, it's a push versus a collection, right? Video views, if you just want people. Now, why would I use video views? Like, again, I say, I don't really like boosting because I'm just getting people to see it, but I like the video views. I'm going to tell you why. Because Facebook actually monitors all this data. You know they do. And they keep track of that. So they have an opportunity that you could create a custom audience of people who viewed your videos. So let's say you wanted to start building an audience of people who like your video. You might want to start doing a couple campaigns first, just going through video views. So you're trying to get people to view this video. So it's going to be a broader thing, not as targeted. But what's great is then when you get down, maybe a couple posts in, now you want to do more of a hyper specific one. You can now create a custom audience and it says, choose people, anybody who's ever viewed your videos. So that's a great way to sort of organically, if you will, build a list. Does that make sense? What I like is lead generation. Because again, if I'm going to pay for it, that's what I want. Now, this whole section on conversion, you know, catalog sales, storing traffic. I have never used that. We don't have a store. You know, maybe if I was the pizza store and I wanted to sell my, you know, merch, maybe I would use that. But really, for the purposes of what I've always used Facebook for, I really find that the lead generation is what I'm after, right? So that's important to me. So I hit continue. And remember, you're going to know, like if you did traffic, you're not going to get an opportunity with a, you know, a call to action that people are going to have to click on and give their information to get something. That only comes when you select lead generation, right? Make sense? So here you go. We don't, not a special ad campaign. See, you usually put special ad campaign. Don't put a special ad campaign in there. Leave that blank. Don't check housing. Ads for real estate listings. Don't do it. You are going to be caught by Facebook's, you know, fair housing. I mean, their filters are so intense. And you have to do this if you're boosting an ad about a listing, because
you'll get it kicked back if you don't. You have to use it.
No. It's about a specific listing.
So then
To your
that's where I
point, if
was
you're fishing for a listing, what information are you putting out there? What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about a neighborhood. Is that a listing?
going.
No. So I'm not going to select that, right? Why would I select that? Because if I do select that, I'm going to be caught in that, oh, you're
That's where
out.
I was going.
And then you're going to get really narrowed in to who is going to let put in front of. So my suggestion is to avoid those. Listen, if I want to boost a listing, I'm going to do it through our boost campaign, right? I'm going to do that right from the website. But if I want to do a specific Facebook campaign and to get listings, that's what this is about. So today we're using Remind, we're going to use our neighborhood trend report, and we're going to use our website to create a campaign that's going to go to specifically, we hope, owners in a community and entice them to want to get their neighborhood report. That's what I'm building here today, right? So this is a little different. So notice that the objective is lead generation. We just picked that. I don't do the test. You could do the test if you want. Budget, I don't really optimize my budget. That's up to you if you want to do that. Okay, next. This is like on the basic side. Don't get caught up in a lot of that stuff. A lot of those pre-settings are fine. You know what I mean? People go, oh, do I do an A/B test? I never do any of that. All right, so now who you're going to post as, right? Your real estate coach is who I'm going to post as. This is where you set your budget. Look at this, lifetime budget or daily budget. So I've had an agent who by accident didn't have lifetime budget. They had daily budget. That's not good. So she was charged $350 every day versus, you know, the daily budget. So it's interesting. Notice mine automatically goes to lifetime budget because I always put it there. So, and then you can select whatever you want. I'm just going to say $50. Let's say I want, you know, $100, $200, whatever you want that to be. It will change. Notice it changes your reach based upon how much money. At just $100 to get more. So let's say we say $200. How many more do we get? Woo, look how many more people. Okay, so that's up to you how much you want to spend for the lifetime. What I have found through a lot of marketing and marketing directors that I know and people that I've worked with, and Mode, if you found something different, please let me know. But in the past, people ask, is it better to, let's say your budget's $250, right? Is it better to run it for a long period of time, like 5 days or a week or something? Or is it better to take the $250 and do it for a short period of time? And what I have found is that it's always better to do more for a shorter period of time than less for a longer period of time. Mo, did you find anything different on that? Has that ever changed for you? Because that has been definitely what I've seen has been more successful.
You said a larger budget over a shorter period of time. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
How
you're
many
gonna get
days?
What?
how many days?
How many days?
I typically tell people I don't recommend running longer than 1 week, because what we want to do is after we've been running the ad, we kind of want to go back and see, you know, what's working, what's not. Did we get the engagement we were hoping for? So I definitely wouldn't run it past 1 week. I would do 1 week increments, if anything.
A lot of times I'll tell you, Stacy, what we found works really good is 3 days. I don't know why, but that tends to be my default is 3 days. But not to say a week is bad, but don't, like Mode says, I would not go over that. You know, remember those ad campaigns back in the day where they were so general and they'd run for like a month? Horrible. Nobody ever got anything off that. They're terrible. So that's the point, right? You want to do shorter increment, you know, take the budget, don't water it down, you know, pick your time frame and be hyper specific about it. You want to put a start date on it. So for fun, I'm just going to put this way out because it won't let me go to August 1st. And I'm going to end it on August 1st. It's going to be 1 day, man. I'm going to hit it hard on that one. Okay. This is where I want to take you. Custom audiences. This is what we're talking about. This is why if you're just going to do a regular boost ad, you want to do it to an area, just use our boost campaign on a hub. It's great. But if you want to do a hyper targeted campaign, which this is what I'm talking about, we're trying to get listings. I've chosen Eagle Creek just because I had some materials already set up. But Eagle Creek, I'm going to say I'm trying to get listings in Eagle Creek. That's a community here in Lake Nona, right? So I want to search for the audience of the people who live in Eagle Creek. So what did I do is I went to Remind and I downloaded my list. So now I want to create a new custom audience. So I create new custom audience and I say customer list. This is the beautiful thing. Now, time out for 1 second. Remember, as we talked about those video views, let's say that was my strategy. I really want to get known, like Alejandro, for you. You're doing a lot of Facebook Live, you're doing a lot of that kind of thing, right? You could repost one of your videos and you could do, I would do maybe a couple, run them, you know, a couple short bursts, like I said, with those video views instead of lead generation. Now you come back in here and do a very hyper specific one, and you can set video. That will send the audience to everybody who's ever watched your videos. That's pretty cool, guys. That is awesome. Now, if you're doing that, you better make sure you have a video, right? Which is a reason I'm not going to do, because I don't have a video today. But that's the point. So that's a great one. So, but where, for the purposes of today, I want to get listings in Eagle Creek. So what am I doing? I'm going to reach out to all the owners in Eagle Creek. So I have downloaded my list from Remind about Eagle Creek. Oh, here it is. And then I downloaded, so I say next, right? I'm going to use, well, I already have a current list. Let me see. Prepare a list. I'm going to say select list type, next. Okay. Does it have this value, which I do not have that value? So I'm going to say no. All right. And I'm going to hit next. And then I'm going to upload my file. But before you do that, you want to download this template. So I'm going to take a quick peek. And this is the template. This is what you're going to download. And the reason you need to do this is because you got to prepare the spreadsheet before you upload it. You can't just take it right out of Remind and send it up there. Nothing will match. It won't. And then you're going to have an issue where you won't be able to find any of these people. The idea is that, look, they have a space for 3 emails. Great news. Remind gives us a ton of emails. They have a place for 3 phone numbers. Great news. It doesn't matter if you're on the do not call registry. We're just giving information. Okay, so that was my evil laugh, by the way. So then they want to know, I never do this one. First name, last name, zip code, city, and state. Okay, and then country. Those are the ones that I don't have date of birth. I don't know their gender. I don't know if they're female or male or how old they are. I mean, maybe you could get that from a title company, but you're not going to get that out of Remind, right? But I feel like we have a lot of good information with the amount of emails and phone numbers that we have, first name, last name, and their city, state, zip, and country. Everybody good? So now I downloaded my Facebook campaign, my Remind list, excuse me, and then I modified that to look just like the other one. So I copied, notice this, email, 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 phone, 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 first name, last name, zip, CT, which is city, and state right there. Oh, I forgot to put country in. You can put country in too. So I don't really think it matters. I think everybody knows Orlando's in the US. I mean, you know, maybe. But I also notice, if you'll see here, yep, St. Cloud. Like I did not, Little Neck, New York, St. Petersburg, Florida. I didn't use, there's 850 people here. I used the mailing address, not the home address. This is Facebook, guys. We want to reach the owners who own in Eagle Creek. We don't really care if they live there, right? If we were sending a letter about the potential equity, I probably wouldn't have sent it. I probably would change it a little, right? If I was going to send it out of state or what have you. But in this instance, no, I don't care. It's the same messaging. There's no stamps. And so I want to make sure that I'm using not the property address, but I'm using the mailing address. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
Okay, so once you've downloaded this to look exact, and you see, notice that these are weird. I just copied it exactly from that downloadable template so that this first line, which is your header, matches, because that is what is going to go ahead. I could say upload a list, which I've already done this, but we're going to do it again. Upload file. Okay, so slow. Downloads. And now we're going to link it. So here we go. I'm going to say next. And now you have to map the columns, which is why I wanted to make sure that I did it exactly as they did with their header names, because notice email, email, email works great. So this guy, Andre, we're going to get him at MSN, RCN, and Gmail. One of them's got to be good, right? We have some phone numbers, empty row, empty row. Not all of them have 3 phone numbers. And his first name, and then their last name, the zip code, the city, and the state. So see, it all maps. I didn't have to change any of these things because I did the exact same, copied and pasted the header. Everybody understand what I'm talking about? Okay. So now I would say import and create. And it's going to upload. And now I'm going to have 2 audiences called Eagle Creek because I did this yesterday. All right. So now I could create an ad right from here, but we're not going to do that for now. Okay. So now I'm not going to do this other targeting. I'm not going to go through the detailed targeting because I'm not concerned about any of that. Because what I'm trying to do is put a message about Eagle Creek in front of the owners who own an Eagle Creek, right? So I don't care what their gender is. I don't care about what they do for a living. I don't care about any of those things. So these types of detailed targeting could be good if you're doing more of a general ad, trying to find doctors to do a doctor program, whatever. But for the purposes of what we're doing today, I don't care about any of that because I've already got my custom list. Everybody good?
Yeah, Terry, can it be a zip code or does it have to be a certain community?
No, it could be a zip code if you wanted to do that. It's just that you're going to have a much larger. I have 850 from Eagle Creek. And
Yeah.
that's a lot. So that's 32832. God knows if I did that whole zip code, how many thousands you would get. I'm not saying you can't do that. You certainly could. There's no worries about doing that. I would just make sure then your budget's going to match, right? The amount of people that you're going to put in. But the other problem, in my opinion, about doing the zip code is that the messaging you're going to create is not as hyper targeted. You know, it's not like saying what's happening in Windermere or what's happening in Lake Nona. You could say that, but to me, if I see what's happening in Eagle Creek and I live in Eagle Creek, I'm going to be more engaged. Does that make sense?
Right.
So
Eagle Creek is a larger neighborhood, but some zip codes have like little small neighborhoods that are like in a cluster. So
you're exactly right. And in that case, you could do that. But for my purposes here, I'm trying to be as hyper specific and targeted as possible. Right. So that's the reason that I'm being very specific about my custom list. Okay. And it's a big enough community, to your point. Then I say next. And boom, there we go. Now we can create our ad, right? So this is a really cool thing. We have to decide, what do we want our ad to look like? Do we want it to be a single image? Do we want it to be a carousel? Do we want to use a video? What do we want to do? To make things easy, did a single image. And let me show you, we're going to hop over here to my preview. This is the preview of my ad. Let's take a peek. I put this together last night, so if there's any errors, it could be, it was late. All right, so it has my lead form in there. We're going to create that. Okay, so here is what my ad looks like. Wondering what's happening in Eagle Creek in this crazy market. I created a cute little thing. These are 2 homes from Eagle Creek that we listed and sold. And I say, your home has never been worth more. And then I say, get your free Eagle Creek report. So let me ask you guys, I mean, you know, to me, especially last night, this sounded really, really good. Maybe today it's not as good. But if you lived in Eagle Creek and this popped up in your timeline, do you think you might want to download your report about your community?
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, Tony says, yeah, nobody else concurs. So we're going to go with Tony. Thank you, Tony. See, that's why I talk to you.
Well, I'm nosy. I just want to know.
But Stace?
Is there templates? Like, I feel good about Facebook, but in this, is there templates that you can make? You know, you can have your logo, the picture, like your actual, what you're putting on there. Is there like a template you can use for that? Like how you would normally just post on Facebook to see that?
You could create yours on Facebook. You know, they do have that template. You can add animation. You could do all those things. It was late. I didn't do any of those things. I was tired. So what I did is I went into Design Suite. Designs, good God, mode, help me here. What am I trying to say? Access. I went to Access and I went to the Design Vault. That's what it's called. Good Lord. So I clicked on Access. And of course, Nothing moved. Okay, here we go. Let's.
I didn't mean to add like one more crazy like question, but
Well,
I'm
I
like,
wanted you guys to see how
that
I
looks
did it.
good. How did you do that? Yeah.
It took me
Okay.
2 seconds because of Design Vault. That's why. But could I have created it in Facebook using their, because they have that creators suite thing. Yeah, I could have totally. And they have some cute little things that you can animate and blah, blah, blah. I just was like, I just need something fast, right? So this looks nice. It's done with Sotheby's brand standards. So I don't have to worry that I went rogue. Like I know that I did it right. So that's a good thing. So I come in here to my access and I click on Design Vault. And when it's loaded, it'll reload and we'll open Design Vault for us. Let's see. So that's under apps and tools. And if you've worked with me, you've selected that as a favorite. And we have so much great stuff. You could have simply gone to Premier Insight and gone to social media. They have a lot of really cool things under social media that are already preset for Facebook ad campaigns and things. But for the purposes of this, because I wanted it to be hyper specific about a community, right? I wasn't going to find that there. So I went to templates and I picked social media. Social media. See more. Oh, social. I just missed it.
Was that house actually a house that's in
Eagle Creek.
your area?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in that
it
community.
is.
They both are.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
So, and then I just picked a template that I liked, which I think I picked, I don't know, one of these, whichever one I picked. It's like one of these things I picked. I can't even remember which one I picked. Guys, I used one of these. Bum, 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 with something that had 2 spots. Well, we can go to my documents and see which one I picked because I don't remember off the top of my head. I picked one of these templates and you can, well, the cool thing is, again, I don't remember which one I picked, but you can preview it right from here and say, oh, I like that. I don't like that. What do you want it to look like, right? But if we go back, I can go back to my templates, my documents, and we can see what I did. So I did, it was a property banner. That's the one I used. And I'm going to open it. And once you're in it, you've picked what you want it to look like. You can do a video. There's so many things that you can create in here, but I just wanted something quick about that community, right? That was my whole goal. So here we go. Wow. Yes, there are 3 responses to a piece of design. Yes, wow, wow. This is the aim. Okay, I missed the rest. Okay, so here you go. This automatically will load our logo. This is what's great, guys. It has the right amount of space around it. It's perfect. See? And you can add the text you want to add. Why that's looking super weird today, I don't know. I guess it's still loading. And then if you want to, yeah, there it is. Okay, strange. Your home has never been worth more. If you want to change that, you just click on it. See, so easy. Over here, you can change the font, you can change the size, you can make it look like a header if you want, whatever you want. You want to change a picture, you double click on it, and then you can upload pictures. So I had created a significant sales book, actually, for one of my meetings. So I already had those pictures in there. Sort by where are my pictures? And so you can upload them right here. I don't know why I'm not.
It's kind of like Creator, only these are already like presets. These are really nice.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just simple and easy to use. And you upload your pictures right here,
yeah,
and then you just put them in. And then all you do is you download it right there. See, download, boom. And then it's done. So that's how I created it. So I created this. And Their Home Has Never Been Worth More is a campaign that we're running from Premier Sotheby's. So I just took their idea and I ran with it, right? So that's how I created that. I did it right in Access under Design Vault. And then I uploaded it right here, right? Then I made, and we're going to look at this, a book. So I went into my hub. And I went into marketing, my neighborhood report. Now, this is because I was tired. I had already created this, so that made my life easier. But you can simply create them right here. So if I say edit, for example, here's Eagle Creek. This is where you hit edit. This is the search in Stellar MLS. So you're just putting back, okay, I want active for 30 days, sold for 30 days. I put the information in, I put my subdivisions in. Eagle Creek of Orlando is my neighborhood. Okay, great. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And now I can preview this and I can see what it's gonna look like. Do I have enough homes? Is it enough property? You know, to your point, Jennifer, if it's a small area, you want to make sure you're getting enough interesting information right in the report. So this is why I like the neighborhood report, because you can go by subdivision. I'm just going to close that because it's going to take forever to, of course, now it's there. So this is what that looks like, right? Here's the neighborhood trend report. Then guess what I did with that neighborhood trend report? I just brought this right into FlipSnack. And I created a very quick book just using what we already have. Okay, where did it go? Here it is. And now let's see from the beginning. I added what's happening in Eagle Creek because, you know, that's what I do. When you're creating your neighborhood trend report, you can choose if you want it to be for a seller or for a buyer. I selected seller, obviously. That's my point of what I'm trying to do here, right? And then I just pasted in the pages right from that neighborhood trend report. Isn't that cool?
Those are screenshots.
I did screenshots, but I've got Mode looking into me. There's a way to download the PDFs and then you just import the PDFs. It'd be so much easier. But last night I was like, I'm tired. I don't know. I'm just going to do screenshots and upload it. But the PDF would be clearer too, by the way. So, but you know, when a flip book, it's going to be on your computer. It's going to be on your phone. It'll look fine. Okay, then I have this, how much is your home worth? Anybody on my Canva team has that. I added that with a link. So that if they click on this, will also go to how much is your home worth on my website, right? Nice. So I added a little special thing. You could have added a video. You could have added whatever you wanted here. I just was, you know, not that creative. And then I took, this is the URL that I'm going to use to connect with what they click on. So when they click here to download, this is what they get. Everybody good? Now, could I have put it on my website, embedded it? Yes, I could have. But did I? No, I didn't. I mean, you know, you don't have to go that crazy. You can do it right from here. It's your choice. Okay, everybody with me so far. So what have I done? I went to Design Vault. I created a very quick little ad picture about Eagle Creek. Your home has never been worth more. To find out what's happening with your values, you know, in this crazy market in Eagle Creek, right? And then if you want to get this free neighborhood report, which I don't know about you guys, but if you lived in that neighborhood, would you want to see what the neighborhood report looked like? Right? You're going to click, you're going to give us your form, which we're going to create in a second. And by giving us your information, you're now going to get this really cool little flip book. And then you're going to get a thank you screen. And that gives us a chance for more lead capture. So this is why I like the Facebook ad campaign. And this is why I like the lead generation, because we have multiple options for getting lead capture. Okay. So just wanted you to see where I created all that. So now, okay, we're back over here. So let's go back into the ad that we actually were creating, which is, I think, here. All right. So we have our single image, right? Let's do a single image. We could upload it right here. Let's look at all of our media. I think I have it already. Let's see. Oh, I don't have videos. I just want. All right. So we can. Good Lord, is it like totally not working? Click. What is, oh, edit. Oh, this is my review. That's it. I'm in edit. What's going on? Hello. It's not letting me. Okay, single image. That's what I want to do. All right. Now I want to add my media. I'm going to put my text. It's not letting me click. It's like dead. Hold on. I got to reload this. You just upload your media, which is usually very simple. You click add and then boom is there, but you know, at the moment it's not playing nice. So let's go into here.
Question, why use the flip book and not link the neighborhood report?
So the reason I did the flip book initially, I was planning on embedding it in my website and adding some more cool things in lead capture. And then I got tired. So that's why. But yeah, the other cool thing with the flip book is I have added another lead capture, right? Where they could click and it'll take them other places. So I wanted you to see that you can create a book, and you could have put many more in there, right? Search for your new home. Like you could have put a bunch of stuff in there. You know, a little video. That's what's cool about the flip book versus just the flat PDF, right? Make sense?
Got it.
Could you have used the PDF? Sure. Could I have used the flip book? Yeah, I saved it actually as a video, and I could have imported that in as the video that plays. I could have done that too. I just decided I was tired to do it. So use selected page. Okay, I didn't connect my Instagram account. There we go. There's my Instagram account. Create ad, single video. Okay. Oh, good God, what is it doing now? All right, let's see. I'm back at budget. What the heck? No. Oh my gosh, this thing is like freaking out. Anybody seeing this? Okay, stop freaking out, please. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, there it is. Ad setup, create the video, add creative. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Stop doing that. Let me move this thing out of the way. Now placement, you're gonna ask you where you wanna place it. So we're running a little low, so let me just go over here. So when you connected this, you see this? I'm in my review, I'm gonna go over to edit because this is done and the other one's flipping out. Okay. In here in the edit, you can choose, some items are not published, I'm aware of that. The type of feed that you want it to go on and what you want it to look like, right? So that's your media placements. You can edit that if you want to, okay? Then you're gonna put in here your primary text, right? So I put wondering what is happening in Eagle Creek in this crazy market. That's the text that comes up here. Then you're gonna add a headline. Now that headline, if I can move this thing down, is gonna be down here, right? So let's do that. So you see headline. And I say, get your free Eagle Creek report. Now I wanna mention one thing, because remember, a lot of people are gonna see this on their phone. So if you write too long of a headline here, it just gets cut off and it looks stupid. So you gotta play around with that and make sure, like if we can zoom this down, you can see, get your free Eagle Creek report. You can see the whole thing. I said neighborhood report. No, it didn't work. I said, you try to change it a little bit. So if I wanted to play around a little bit just to make sure that that will be visible. And then you can choose what you want that button to read, right? Call to action right here. So I picked download because that's what they're going to do, right?
Right.
Then I'm going to create an instant form. So here you go. I already created a form. Let's take a peek at it.
Yeah, and it pulls their Facebook info.
So you're going to name your form, because if you've created a form that you like, then it's super easy. You don't have to do this every time you create a Facebook ad. You could do it for more volume or higher intent. To me, for this, I just want name and email, right? But if you want phone number, stuff like that, the problem is that less people are going to want to give you that information. So you probably really won't get very much. So I would suggest that you keep this kind of brief, right?
Yeah.
So here this says, see what your neighbors have been selling for. Oh, that's interesting. Don't people want to know that? So I used the image for my ad. I could have used a new image. I didn't want to get that creative. Then my headline of my greeting is, see what your neighbors have been selling for. Because we still want to keep them engaged enough that they want to give us their information, right? And then I don't go into a whole paragraph of stuff, because honestly, I feel like less is more where we're at this point.
What Miss Johnson got for her house. No.
Yeah. That would actually be funny. Okay. Did you see Stacy Smith over here? She got
Miss Johnson got this for her house.
if she could get that for that house. No, don't be that hyper specific. That should be caught up in some kind of a thing, right? So
Oh
here,
my
it
goodness.
comes typically with the email and the full name. I personally think that's enough. You
Yeah.
could enter another message if you want here. You could add a category. I really like less is more. To me, I leave just email and full name, but that's your choice, right, guys? And then completion is, okay, they've given us this. So now we get another opportunity to go ahead and get some lead capture, right? So take a peek. And this is where we're going to say, I can choose what I want things to say. So I wanted to say, instead of view website, like I didn't like view website, download, or call business. Those are the three options they gave me. So I added my own call to action text. So notice it says check now. If I want to see Miss Smith sold for, I could do that, right?
Sold for what?
Oh, that's so funny. That would be
Sold for what?
That's just for fun. Your neighbor sold for what? That's actually really fun, right? I could totally do
I'm
that.
totally writing all of my ads that way. If you happen to live in the neighborhood and you get one of those signs.
Yeah.
So you can put whatever you want there. And then this is the link of where you want to send them, right? So you click on that, and this obviously brings it back to the page on my website that you guys all have. I created for you. How much is your home worth, right? Could you have brought it to a neighborhood page that you created with the sold in the neighborhood? Whatever? Sure, you could be as creative as you want to. Just make sure wherever you bring them has lead capture, because what the heck is the point, right? If you're not doing all this for lead capture. So then we all good with that one? So that's how we set up our form. And so now we're going to go in here and we see everything is set up. So you want to select what your form is. Your home is worth what? Okay, I have to actually publish that draft. I didn't do that. So I can
You get a Ron Burgundy meme and say what?
I like that. I'm going to save this right there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and I'm going to hit next. Okay, let's hit publish that.
So this is why
Okay.
getting your picture taken by Kara Robinson is great, because she'll actually take pictures of you looking at your phone, making those faces, and you can put your own face on these ads looking at that.
That is really funny. It could be good. Okay, so here comes the instant form. I actually published my instant form. You have to do that so that you can select. It says I didn't publish it. Anyway, you publish it. I have another one that's published, whatever. Now, you want to track your website events, right?
Mhm.
And that's going to be tracked through that pixel that you created, which is exactly why we created that pixel first. Everybody good?
Yes.
Okay, and then guess what? Now we can publish. And our ad is ready to go. But what I'm going to do is going to review my ad to make sure, is this really what I wanted to say? Okay, so this is my ad. This is where it's pasting from. This is my Instagram account. I'm doing the single image. This is my website. This is the lead form, because remember, I didn't save the other one. There's my pixel. And then it goes through how I want it in here. The mobile, I like the mobile news feed, but you can put it on a variety of different things. I obviously have the wrong one there. What happened? Oh, wow. I went to, let me see here. Once you check it all, make sure you like it all. Let's see, here we go. You got your customer list in there. You make sure everything is good. You say, okay, I'm good. You hit publish, and that baby's gonna run. Any questions on how we did that? How, why, what happened? Anybody?
So the cost.
I'm gonna watch this 5 times minimum. And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you and probably Mode and be like, okay, this looks great.
That's okay. That's what we're here for. That's why Mode's on the call. She wants to know who's gonna do that.
But I'm gonna watch this several times beforehand, because this is
Oh.
great. A lot of information.
It is a lot of information, but I didn't want to
Mhm.
break it up into multiples. So let's
But
just.
it makes sense. It all flows and makes sense. And I've done many of them, but not like this. So
So
it's
let's,
valuable information.
I love it. Let's do a quick recap because, I know I move a little fast, although I think I'm talking kind of slow. I mean, I'm just saying, I didn't finish my coffee
your own
and I'm
mind,
tired, right? In my mind, I'm okay. So before you start anything, number one, set up your business suite, right? business.facebook.com. Make sure that you've got your ad account set up, that you've got your payment form set up, that you've got your business info, info in there correct. Then you want to go to the events manager and get that Facebook pixel, right? Make sure you add it to your website. Okay. Now we're set up and ready to do business. Once you've done that, you don't ever have to do that again. So now you got to sit and think, okay, what am I wanting to do? What is the purpose of this campaign? Don't just randomly send stuff out. That's how I feel like Boost is. The Boost is kind of like a random, let's see if anybody clicks on it. But you're just trying to get traffic, right? And Stace, if you're actually getting comments from it, that's great. That means that your ads are really good anyway. But for this purpose, I don't want to just get traffic. I don't care if people like it. I want contacts. I want leads. I want listings. So my thought is, what would somebody who lives in Eagle Creek, for example, be interested in receiving? So in my mind, the neighborhood report is a good one. But could it be a market report? Sure. Could it be a quarterly report? Sure. Could it be a listing about life in Eagle Creek and talk about new things happening? It could be whatever the heck you want it to be. But make sure it's something that they're going to want. You need that clickbait. You need them to want to click on it to give you their information. As long as they've given your information, at least you have a clear understanding that I might have something here. You have something to work with, right? Then figure out how you want to get them engaged. So the messaging, what's happening to your value in this crazy market? Like everybody's wondering that, maybe it's, want to sell, but nowhere to go, right? Make sure it is something that catches their attention. Don't make it super long. I'm sorry, guys, nobody reads that, right?
No.
Apparently emojis do really, really well there. I don't know. I'm not that big of an emoji, but I understand that people love the emoji thing. I always look at it and go, what does that mean? And I don't even know what that face means. It's like, so to me, it's like confusing.
I think, Carrie, a really good one too is something you touched on. One of the trainings was the concierge moving program that Sotheby's offers, because honestly, like, I would click on that because maybe moving seems incredibly overwhelming, but I would probably click on that. So that's something too, I kind of wrote down, like, what would someone be interested in?
Now,
Like, list with me and this is what you get.
If you think about that, Stace, I might not have used my remind list for that. Instead, I might have used their features because they do have likely to move still. So I might have done that, visited in the last, so I might have done a different targeted campaign using the Facebook parameters that they have, right? Because in Eagle Creek, I don't know how many people are going to be moving. I'm trying to get people interested to move, right? But I don't know who's ready to do that. So, but great point. It just depends on what that campaign is going to be about. And then, what are they going to get when they give you their information? It's got to be good enough. Otherwise, they're not going to want to give it to you. So once you have those pieces pre-set up, then you got to think, okay, where am I going to send them at the end as my last chance to capture them? Right? Yeah. So you've got to make your messaging. I really do like your neighbor sold for what? That's really funny. So I think
that's funny. I wrote that down. Like literally, whoever that was. Like I always scribble notes and I keep a binder and I wrote on the bottom, your neighbor sold for what? I love that.
The secret of clickbait. That's so right, Daniel. You got it. It's absolutely right. So, but to the point.
Filtered. I love it.
Yeah. But somebody probably would click on that, right? I mean,
they would. I would.
The point. And then it gets into your website. And as long as you have that Facebook pixel, we can see what they're doing. That's the point. And then make sure again that you've set your budget appropriately, that it's not going to be, daily, that it's going to be for the lifetime of that, actual post, so that okay, I'm going to spend $250, $50, whatever the heck it is. But knowing that if I have $50, I'm just going to do this one for the heck of it. I'm going to do $50. I'm going to do that short. I'm not going to run that for a week. $50 over a week. Oh my God, I'm going to get nothing.
So would you say $20? Like, I mean, I've played around with a lot of figures. But like sometimes I get a lot off $10 a day. And sometimes I might get like 2,600 hits off something that I spent a little bit more money on. But honestly, I don't think the gap is that much more for spending that much more. So,
and remember this, it depends. If you're creating that custom audience, I only have 850 people that they could potentially find. right?
Yeah.
So they're going to put it in front of the people they're trying to find based upon the 3 different emails, the 3 different phone numbers, the first name, the last name, the city, the state. You know, that's the information they're going to use through all of their Facebook data mine information to find those people. So keep that in mind. If I'm running that campaign, it's a different campaign. I wouldn't spend $500 on that. Like, there's only 850 I could potentially get to anyway.
No,
right?
I think $20, honestly, a day, you actually get a lot off of that.
So maybe
You
I
can.
say I'm going to run $50 for 3 days, right? I mean, it's really up to whatever you want to spend. That's the great thing about Facebook. And you don't have to spend a ton of money. You can spend $20. You can spend $10 and try one. It doesn't matter. But if you're going to spend $10, don't run it for 3 days, right? Run it for a day and see what happens.
Mhm.
That's my point. Like, if you take $20 and you run it over a week, I don't think you're going to get much. But if you take $20 and run it over 3 days, I bet you will. So that's just yes.
I did some Facebook ads before, and I did find like Thursday, right before quitting time, a lot of people went on. And then I would run them like $20 a day up through Sunday, about 5 o'clock at Sunday night, 7 o'clock maybe. And I found that I got more hits between
Off of
those
a weekend,
hours.
really? Okay.
Thursday through Sunday, you got more hits, and only about $20 a day. I was getting a lot of hits. I got a lot of, people looking at it. Yeah.
Nice.
But I was doing housing. You didn't do that. I was doing a totally different ad, and I was targeting housing. And
So that's what that A/B campaign is about. You can split it and you can test it. You could try some like with this and some with that. And so they'll split your campaign and see, and then you can see what does this neighborhood, react better from. Because let me tell you, if you've got a bunch of doctors who are maybe in surgery all during the week, you might do better on the weekend, right? If you've got a lot of people who are, maybe they work on the weekends, maybe you have a lot of people in hospitality. They're probably not going to be available on the weekend. So sometimes it's a good idea to kind of figure out your audience. That is definitely something that is a great point. Thanks, Jennifer. So we're over, but not by much. So I'm pretty proud of myself that we got through that really quickly.
That was good. That was a lot of information, Carrie, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to watch this 5 times. So.
Thanks. Well, if anybody has any questions, you know how to find me. Give me a text and let me know. And also Mo too, she's going to be prepared. So everybody have a great rest of your day. Just so you know, we're closing the office at 2 p.m. on Friday and we'll be off on Monday for the holiday. Just know that closing will also be closed at 2 p.m. So if you do have a closing on Friday, you're not going to get paid on Friday, obviously, especially if it closes after 2 p.m. So just keep that in mind. But if you need anything, let us know. If you need to get anything live, you have to do it before Friday, 2 p.m. because the offices are closed until Tuesday. So if you want anything to go into the private placement, let us know before then so we can get that in there. We did try to put something in over the weekend and it didn't seem to feed very properly. So the more you can give us advance notice, the better. Everybody good?
Yep.
All right. Have a great rest of your week, guys. And happy 4th of July. Thanks.